And the proposed amendment to the Constitution to enable the holding of general elections in November this year appears to be in danger. As Joy News is learning, members of the Legal, Parliamentary and Constitutional Committee of Parliament are divided over the subject.
A report of the committee will determine Parliament's response to the proposal. But some members are said to be unconvinced the Electoral Commission can meet all the constitutional requirements necessary after the amendment to have the change effected in view of the limited time till the elections. The committee has been engaged the officials of the Electoral Commission in Parliament on Wednesday. Deputy Ranking Member on the committee, Ben Abdullah, says there is still more to be done by the Electoral Commission.
I just got the information that our meeting with the EC is going to be in camera. It's not going to be in public. I don't know why. Probably it is due to security reasons. But I think that whatever be the case, after we've met the EC, whatever discussions we may have with the EC will, in the final analysis, be in the public domain. So there is no cause for fear. There is no cause for saying that probably the public is being kept in suspense. Whatever happens will become a public knowledge.
So this meeting is about what? It's about the proposed amendment to the Constitution.
This meeting is pursuant to the public forum that we had barely 3 days ago. The presentations made and matters arising concerns people raised. We want to have a tete-a-tete discussion with the EC and find out the way forward with respect to the impending 2016 elections.
But personally, do you think the EC will be ready to organize the elections in November? Or we do this and say that it should take effect in 2020?
That will depend on the discussions that we're going to have with the EC today. And Parliament as an institution doesn't have much to detract from the responsibility of the EC, and all that we are supposed to do is to ensure that whatever EC brings to Parliament, be it a CI, be it a regulation, is fast-tracked by the institution of Parliament in order to enable the EC to organize whatever elections it intends to organize. Now, the political parties are just like goalkeepers. It is only when the ball comes that they will catch the ball. The same thing applies to the institution of Parliament. Now, the ball now rests in the courts of the EC itself. It depends on the readiness of the EC, how fast the EC is going to put its house in order to let all the political parties, members of Parliament and the public be at ease with respect to its preparation towards the 2016 election. Now, people are raising issue with respect to the credibility of the voters register. People are raising issue with respect to whether, in terms of finances, the EC is prepared to be able to organize the 2016 elections. People are raising concern. If the Constitution amendment is effected, is the EC going to be in a position to implement the law in view of the numerous issues that have bedeviled the EC? So we are yet to find out from the EC this afternoon whether, in spite of all these hurdles, mountain hurdles surrounding the EC is going to be in a position to surmount them in order to be able to organize the election come November 7.
And then afterwards, you report to Parliament and then say what? Can Parliament block the amendment?
When we are done with our meeting with the EC, we're going to write a report because the bill was referred to the committee by the Speaker. We're going to do our deliberation. We're going to make a report to Parliament. All that we will do is to recommend to Parliament to take step A, step B, and so on and so forth.
And simultaneously, there was a press conference being put together by the Electoral Commission at the time of this very interview, and the Commission said it had not completely abandoned the December 7 date should the legislative processes in Parliament fail. Well, the assurance comes as many, including key figures in the opposition New Patriotic Party, question the readiness of the Commission to conduct the polls in November.
Well, at the same press conference, Director of Electoral Services Samuel Tete explained how the Electoral Commission deleted the over 56,000 persons on the register who registered with a National Health Insurance card.
The lack of a credible voters register and the absence of the appropriate legal regime for the conduct of the elections some 4 months to the polls have been cited by many skeptics as the reason for questioning the preparedness of the Electoral Commission to conduct the elections. Even though the EC triggered the necessary legislative instruments to allow it to organize elections on November 7 instead of the usual December 7 schedule, the NPP argues that the Commission has failed to resolve key issues that will enable it smoothly run the upcoming elections. The Center for Democratic Development, CDD, and the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, have also raised similar doubts over the November 7 date due to the closeness of the date to the next elections. The Commission, despite its assurances, has given the indication that it's still possible to do the elections in December, reigniting the uncertainty surrounding the November election date. Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Samuel Tete, explained to journalists today that it is putting measures in place to ensure that Ghanaians go to the polls in November. However, he pointed out it is also working towards December in case it is unable to meet the November deadline.
The Commission is ready. We can actually shelve this thing because the chairperson and the Commission are to be in Parliament today to tell the whole House how prepared we are. But let me tell you that we are also working towards the 7th November. So that in case the 7th November goes through, we can go by it. If not, and it's 7th December, we can go by that. So both dates are possible, but we are working towards the 7th November general elections. I think that answers you. Yes, with IPAC yesterday, all the political parties agreed.
Samuel Tete also disclosed the Electoral Commission will on Monday, July 18, start registering voters who were deleted from the National Voters Register because they used National Health Insurance cards as proof of nationality ahead of the 2012 elections.
Once we finished with the deletion of the names as ordered by the Supreme Court, the second issue to deal with is to re-register all those persons involved. And the modalities that the Commission has actually put in place to do that is, first of all such persons are to report at the district offices.
All right, that's it for the AM News for now. We'll come back and check out what's trending in the newspapers and visit a few of the news portals. We know in Roland's United Kingdom, they are perhaps waking up to a new prime minister. They woke up tomorrow morning with the old one. Later in the day when they were going to sleep, they had a new one. So yeah, Roland will talk about that.
I think the most surprising one is Boris Johnson. How can he be a foreign secretary? like Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yeah.
Charlie.
We've got details for you here on the show. Do stay with us.
We'll be right back.